Alright, let's do this. So I gotta speak to Wok Lamat. You made it. Good. And we're all here. Can't remember what happened. I'm still hungry enough to eat a whole roasted calabri, but the contest won't wait for us forever. Plates. Mountain chromite chest gear. Who's that? Let's go. Upon speaking to Ariel, several cutscenes will play in sequence. Okay. Sufficient time. Let's go. I've acquainted the twins with the city as best I could. They are embroidered. Oh, it's gonna read fast. I understand all too well. Charlene had the same effect on me. Right then, now it's time. We saw the inside of the palace. Papa will want to know I'm home and to meet the allies I've chosen. Given how impulsive he is though, there's no telling what he might be in for. What we might be in for. Big ass doors. We're fighting. It's Estinian.
Estinian? When did he get here?
What's the point? Why is he here?
Oh, you know this man? Whenever my father spots a promising opponent, he invites them to Sunperch to duel. Pressing duties or no, he can't resist a good fight.
So the one Estinian is crossing blades with.
That will do, Spearman. I will receive my darling daughter. Know that you are the strongest I fought in many a moon, if not longer. It is the privilege of a life long lived to face such a formidable soul.
If it's formidable you want, then look no further than that man there.
It's me.
I see you, warrior.
You don't want to fight me.
We had no idea you meant to visit Tyrrell.
I've seen what lies east. This time I chose west.
And thus did our itinerant dragoon make his travel plans.
You witnessed our bout. If you thought he was fearsome, That was with one head dozing.
I'm not sure I understand.
Has he got two heads?
The old man has been feeling his years. The uncovered side is the head of resolve, and age has only deepened his love for combat. But the head of reason, wiser of the two, sleeps more and more these days. As I understand it, the veil helps with the restoration of his magical energies.
Enough about me, Lamati. I want to hear of your adventures.
You just sleep through a fight.
A term of endearment. It's what my family calls me.
When last did we see you in the palace? Greetings, Solanash.
It's Erenville now, Dawn Servant.
Erenville.
I took the name while abroad, and have since grown accustomed to it.
Erenville, then. And these others? I assume are Lamati's recruited allies. Ha! All-tempered steel. Yet as much as I'd enjoy testing their metal, the hour of the right is at hand. I will summon the other claimants at once.
Then I shall leave you to it. Good fortune, my friends.
Bye-bye. Another two-headed monster.
The claimants are assembled. The first promise, Zorolja. The second promise, Ona. The third promise, Uklamat.
Wook Lamat.
And lastly, the chosen of Mamuk, Bakul Jaja.
Cool, Jaja mix.
You four will compete in the right of succession, the outcome of which will decide who takes my place as Dawn Servant. I am not the man I once was. My wiser half sleeps the days away. And it is time I yield my position. But mine is a torch that has never been passed. Tuliyola is young, and so I look to the always for inspiration. The right of succession, the means by which the autarch of Mamuk was chosen. Only the two-headed were deemed fit for this contest. But the Tuliyola I built is a nation of many peoples. Our leader needn't have two heads, nor be a Mamulja at all.
He's not happy.
So I gave the right of claimant, not only to the son I sired, but to my adopted children as well. Yet the opportunity to rule was still not equal. That is why a recent tournament offered a place in the contest as the winning prize.
Now you have us to compete against. Though it seems the one-head was already too afraid to face us in the tournament.
The one head. The normal guy.
Our brother was in Shock Tural leading the Landsguard on a campaign to eradicate a Tural Vidral. Anyone with sense would know he was too busy for games.
Now for the part you've been waiting
say.
to hear. The nature of the contest itself. To triumph in the right of succession, and thereby claim our nation's throne, you must travel the lands of Yogg-Tural
Yogg-Tural.
and find the City of Gold.
That's right. That's the test. Find something that hasn't
If
been
I
found.
may, Father.
Speak, Kona.
The Golden City is an ancient Turali legend, but after so many failed attempts to find it, the story has become more fairy tale than fact. If you would charge us with such a quest, are we then to assume you have proof of the city's existence?
I offer us proof, my unbroken word, for I have seen it with my own 4 eyes.
The city's real. All those years.
This was before the founding of Tuliobal. I traveled the lands of Tural with my companions. And we ended our journey at the gates to the Golden City. I mean to have you do the same. But in order to achieve victory proper, you need to break the seal I put in place. Bring them.
What now? What are these?
The Tuliyola saga.
Tuliyola saga.
You will retrace the path I walked to unite our peoples, step by step. Along the way, 7 chosen electors will be waiting to measure your worth. Earn their keystones by performing the feats they ask of you. Once you've fitted each of the 7
I see.
tablets with the keystone, you'll have the key to unlock the seal on the Golden City's gates.
So the contest is in stages, none of which can be skipped by rushing to the ultimate objective.
Exactly. Exciting, isn't it?
Super excited.
Martial tournaments, hunting festivals, and now this? You do so love your contests, Papa.
Were I a few years younger, I would have joined in myself, giving you a proper challenge. You may think the ride is tedious or nonsensical, or both, but I am yielding our nation's throne. Let me have this final indulgence.
A waste of time. Just name Bakunja as successor and be done with it.
Arrogance.
The rite of succession begins now. I'll be watching your progress with great interest. And Clemens, remember to collect your tablets before you leave.
Okay. Didn't see anyone grab their tablets.
You are one of Lamachi's allies. Speak freely.
I am Cryo Baldessian, representative of the students of Baldessian. My name is perhaps familiar to you?
Ah.
It would seem you sent this letter to my orders some years ago. The ink has since faded and much of the writing is illegible. Even so, we managed to determine the essence of it. A request to investigate the Golden City, addressed to my grandfather, Galuf. Included with the correspondence was this earring. A fairy tale and a piece of jewelry were enough to convince my grandfather to sail halfway across the world. So there is surely some greater mystery at work here. On behalf of the students, I've come to seek clarification on the matter. Have you any knowledge you might share with me?
No, not at this time.
No information.
I have tasked the claimants with finding the Golden City. To fulfill your request would afford one of them an unfair advantage in the right of succession.
That's true. So sad.
But once the contest is decided, I plan to entrust the entire truth to my successor. If you want to hear it, then you had best help Lamachi win.
Very well, Dawn Servant.
Walk.
On my
out.
honor as a student of Baldessian, I will find your Golden City. Thank you for hearing my petition.
How about that? She's grown into a remarkable young woman. You should be proud, Galuf.
Very proud indeed. What now? Look at them all. There's a send-off. Send-off party.
Too late to change your mind now, I suppose. But are you sure you wish to be part of this? Our third promise is not wont to take no for an answer. Though you may have agreed to help, I worry that you were swept up in her relentless enthusiasm. Or perhaps you've been lured by the glory of the Golden City. Either way, this contest for the throne will place you and yours at the heart of political turmoil. If you are second-guessing your decision, tell me now. This may be my last chance to help you withdraw.
Life is a series of journeys, my friend, and there's no telling what awaits us on the long road. But what's important is to be true to yourself as you walk it. Only then can we hope to be content when we arrive at the end of one and step forward into another.
What will I say? I want to see where this journey leads. I made my decision and I need to see it through. I have made my decision.
Is that so? I will speak no more of it then. As for my own involvement, I can no longer conduct myself as a mere guide, I think. Not after the Dawn Servant's revelation.
Here they come!
It's Saralja!
Such a fearsome mien. Make no mistake, there goes Tuliola's mightiest warrior.
First promise, our village needs aid. The cold weather stunts our crops, and the children of our village go hungry. Once you ascend the throne, I beg of you, grant my people new lands, please!
Saralja. Take heart, tiller of the soil.
The resilient son, blood heir to the Dawn Servant, has heard your pleas.
We go for that.
Saralja, the first promise and commander of the landscape. Saralja, the palaceer. As he was so careful to remind the crowd, Saralja is indeed the natural child of Gulul Jaja.
And Resilient Son, is that another title, like the first promise?
After a fashion. Common knowledge has it that two-headed Mamulja cannot sire children. Yet Saralja was born all the same, with the head of Resolve's features and the head of Reason's scales. An extraordinary example of life's unyielding resilience.
A bit of both.
And a warrior's reticence. He says little, but the way he moves... I know a hardened soldier when I see one.
He's a natural swordsman, a gift he inherited from his father. Some even say that the son has already surpassed the sire. Should he come to power, the first promise means to employ that martial prowess in the conquest of foreign lands. For this, he and his supporters have been labeled expansionists. This puts him in direct opposition to Wuklamat, who advocates for the preservation of peace. You may recall that she spoke of a claimant who cannot be allowed to rule. That is Saralja, the warmonger.
Cryon, are you all right?
She doesn't look happy.
The echo. It gave me a glimpse into Zoraljah's ambitions. Deep and unknowable, like an abyss. Yet at the same time, a roaring, unquenchable fire.
Definitely a bad guy.
It was a trifle terrifying, to be frank.
Second promise, you must bring us more marvelous conveniences. More dirigibles and trains and the like. We need you in charge to make trading easier. The elders, they complain and complain about abandoning tradition. But we're not like them, afraid of everything foreign and new. You have our wholehearted support. With your ingenuity and knowledge, you're sure to win the contest.
Forgive me, but the right of succession is barely begun. I will hear your petitions if and when I am named Dawn Servant. If you will excuse me.
Plain spoken, as always.
Very direct.
That's Arcona. Practical to a fault.
Here we have Kona, the second promise, who spent time as a pupil at Sharlayan's own studio.
Now that you mention it, I think I did see him in the halls once or twice. There was nothing to suggest he was Turali, much less from a royal family.
That was by design. He forwent his usual garb and took an Eorzean name to avoid attention.
So it was Kona who introduced the dirigibles. And the railway too, given what we just heard.
In furtherance of his goal, to enrich Tuliolal with every bright notion he learned of in Sharlayan. He is the hope of those who prize innovation. As aloof as he may seem, Kona and Wuklamat actually get along rather well. They bicker and banter as only close siblings do.
Jar Jar Binks.
How gracious of you all to cheer the lesser claimants.
Scary.
Oh, come now. What are you afraid of? I'm no different from your Dawn servant. That my kind should reign is Mamuljah tradition, and has been so since before there was a Tuliyola. I'll brush aside your feeble contenders. And then you'll see who deserves your fealty.
We will see.
Well said, brother.
The Mamuljah have finally found peace in Tuliolal. I pity those fanatics are intent on keeping that tradition alive.
The chosen of Mamuk, Bakul Jaja, winner of the recent martial tournament, and the only claimant not of the Dawn's promise. His strength is undeniable, but you see how he is. A few devoted Mamuljah are his only supporters.
What would he do with the throne should he win it?
His policies and so forth. I doubt he's thought much beyond winning the contest itself. But one thing seems certain. If he does become Dawn Servant, he will see the Mamuljah exalted as the ruling class, and all others forced into subservience.
sounds like another that cannot be allowed to rule.
That's right. Where's Wook Lamont? Yeah. She's made it. Everyone leaves.
We wish for one thing and one thing only, Third Promise. To abide together in harmony with our neighbors whom we love in this land we share. It is our way, the Turoli way.
Galul Jaja built for us this peaceful nation, and we beg you to preserve it.
You have my word. I won't let your pleas go unanswered.
Until Tuliyollal was founded some 80 years ago, this continent was ravaged by war. The eldest among us remember that dark era, and they are Wuklamat's most ardent supporters.
Apologies, it's hard to get away. This is Namika, my childhood nursemaid. She's been like a mother to me my whole life. I told her it wasn't necessary, but she insisted on seeing us off.
I place our precious Third Promise into your care.
Thank you.
Did you know Wuklamat was taking part in the rite of succession?
Of the Dawn's Promise? I thought it was only Zoralja and Kona. If she has any accomplishments to her name, I've yet to hear them.
She only needs one.
Compared to the two Mamulja, she pales in martial prowess. And then there's Kona, who's far and away the most educated of the bunch. I hate to say it, but it's hardly a competition.
Everyone loves an underdog.
It's fine. More than anyone. I understand how much better my brothers are than me.
Better? Wuklamat. I have never thought of you as the lesser sibling. Your brothers may excel in their respective ways, but you boast qualities that both lack. A strength that is yours alone. Having cared for you for so long, I should know.
Thank you, Namika. Well, we ought to be on our way.
Yes, hurry along. I await word of your victory with bated breath.
Alright. Finally. Do we get to move on? Cool. Alright. Well, so much for the brief reunion I had in mind. Papa is not one to waste time when he decides to act. I'm used to it by now, of course, but others are often caught off guard. In any case, we should talk about how we're going to find the City of Gold. All we have to work with are the 7 tablets and their connection to the Tuliyollal saga. Tuliyollal. Might I suggest first comparing the tablets against the pillars? We could check for any discrepancies between them. Good idea. Let's go and take a look. Let's do it. Where do we go? All the way over there. Everyone, walk Lamont, the tablets, if you would. Of course. Another cutscene. That one. Two swords. It's a viper. Guess I'm missing something. The glyphs appear to be identical. The only difference being that tablets have hollows where the keystones are to be fitted. So now that we've established that the scene's the same, where do we go from here? Dawn servant said we were to retrace the path he walked in uniting Tyrell's peoples, and that we would encounter 7 electors along the way. And we have the answer here in front of us. Papa's path is all laid out in the Tulliola saga. The events in the glyphs portray. Do we know the exact locations where they took place? If one is close, we could go there and search for an elector. That would confirm we're on the right track. Let me think. The Lay of Reeds was in the nearby Hanu. Papa took me there once. It was during the festival season. The whole village was alive with good cheer. There's also the Lay of Gold, not involved in Halapullo village. To change the setting so I can read these words. It's too quick. Okay. But the information we need, just leave it to me. I'll bring the information to us. Speak with Aaronville. bit slow. Greetings, visitors to Tulliola, and welcome to the Forard Cabins. Whenever you're ready, I will show you to your rooms. I'm ready. Where are my rooms? All over there. Upstairs. Do I have this one? Let's do it. Waiting, waiting, waiting. Trust you to be the keenest to head out, Tommy. But where are Erinville and Lamont? Oh, well. On cue. Very good, you're all here. Who might your companions be? Seeing as we need information, I thought who better to get it from than the locals. These two hail from the villages we're thinking to visit. I give you credit for taking initiative, at least. What do you mean, at least? Yeah, cutting some slack? Cut her some slack. I'm honored that the Third Promise would seek my advice. I too am happy to answer your questions. Any encounter might be an opportunity to do business. Thank you both for your help. Before we begin, there will doubtless be other occasions when we need to act independently. So I brought these for the two of you. What? Link shells? What's this? Ah, link pearl. 'Tis called a link pearl. A gemstone harvested from a special shell. When linked together, they allow people to communicate across great distances. A couple of new phones. Is that so? What a handy thing to have. It'll be very useful on our travels. Speaking of which, I should get back to introducing my two new friends here. The Tulliola saga features a number of Tyrol's clans. Two of those, the Hanu and the Pelu, have settlements relatively close to the city, so I brought a representative of each. As I mentioned before, the Hanu are cheerful people who love their festivals. They make their appearance in the Lay of Reeds and their home village, OK Hanu, is located in Kozumaka. The other small fellow is one of the Pelu, a clan of business-minded folk from, here we go, Urkopacha. They appear in the Lay of Gold and craft all kinds of marvelous goods. What's with these names, man? Watching Pello, their village. Now, as for deciding which village to visit first, Why don't you put the adventurous instinct of yours to work for us, Tommy? Pick our destination. Upon completing this quest, the scenario will branch into 2 quest paths. Accepting the quest from the helpful Hanu will temporarily prevent you from accepting the quest from the approachable Pelud and vice versa. The second quest path will become available from the respective NPC once you've completed a series of quests from the first path. Wonderful. Furthermore, story elements and quest rewards will not be affected by each choice path. Okay. That's helpful, approachable. Helpful, approachable. I might go approachable. What is it you'd like to know? Our main concern is confirming the state of the road ahead. As I recall, to reach Pacha, depart from the Arch of the Dawn, then take the road west at the first fork. Should we be aware of anything on the way? That is indeed the way to After the damage wrought by the recent downpour, however, we'll be doing more stumbling than walking. But do take heart. When it comes to rugged terrain, we have a most dependable solution available. Come with me. Coming with you. We'll be back to talk to in good time, friend Hanno. Meanwhile, you can eat and drink your fill at Exbalialf. It's all been arranged. Okay. Got a blue quest. Wing of Protection Scout. Let's see what's about. A new dawn, a new hunt. Yeah. You there. You are Tommy Tia, are you not? The adventurer from across the water who has been lending the third promise his strength. Then well met. To tell the truth, I've been meaning to make your acquaintance for some time. I have a proposition for you. You are familiar with the Eorzean hunts, yes? We have something very similar here in Tulliola, and having heard much of your philanthropic spirit, not to mention your capacity for violence. My capacity for violence? We should very much like to recruit you to our cause. If you're interested, speak with my associate, Bol Orgar. The ex-Baral is a master of the hunt, and this is the bills in the square overlooking the port. Tell him the Wing of Protection recommends you. I will do that. That's this way. Hunts. I'm a hunter for hire. Here we go. What do we have here? Your posture could use some work, but you've got good eyes. And eyes that have seen a few things. You're here to sign up. I am. Okay. Complete that. Hunts now accessible. Right. So let's go with some. Let's just get these ones. Nuts still. 7 armor. May I introduce to you our most dependable companion, the alpaca. Oh, like a chocobo, but real. These animals can traverse Kopachis, steep mountain trails, as if they were gentle fields, and all while carrying heavy loads. Our merchants would be lost without them, so they fill much the same niche as our chocobos back home. You don't have alpacas in Eorzea? Alpacas are native to Dawntrail. Eorzea has its chocobos, and the Eastern lands have their horses. Why go to the trouble of breeding another pack beast in a place which ill suits its qualities, and where it is not needed anyway? Guess that's true. But must we ride these little monsters? I get the impression you aren't fond of alpacas. When I was small and being a bit naughty, I went around pulling on their wool. One of them spat on me, and it was the foulest stench you can imagine. I see. What do they like to ride? Alpacas bred as mounts are inquisitive and docile. Even those without experience find them easy to handle. Okay. We're really doing this then? So, was my information useful to you? Yes, very helpful, even if it wasn't what I wanted to hear. Good. I'll take my payment now. Payment? You want me to pay you? I guess I should have expected as much from a Pelu merchant. Let me see what I have on me. The Pelu value the act of spreading joy through trade. As you should know, they take pride in making deals that benefit both parties. Here you go. A fair price for your fair advice. Yes, I made a trade with the third promise herself. My friends will never believe this. I shall be on my way now. I wish you safe travels. Off you go then, and thank you. I better not get spit on again. You brought that on yourself. Remain calm and gentle, and so will they. I'm still not happy about this, but if we need to ride alpacas to reach Urkapacha, I've got to figure out how to say this, Urkapacha, and that's what we'll do. Let's do it.
Turali poets of yore sang of a mountain that would stand tall, even should all other lands sink beneath the sea. Indomitable and eternal, it arises from Urkopacha, the 100 peaks of time. Of all the beasts which crawl and fly, only the legendary Valigarmanda could hope to disturb the summit's serene majesty. Yet, with that flying calamity imprisoned by the Dawn Serpent, what great feat remains for those who would claim the throne?
Urkopacha. I need someone to say it, so I can say it.
So this is Urkopacha.
Urkopacha.
I've never actually been here before.
The air is so crisp and clear.
Mountains everywhere you look.
One massive peak in particular has quite the presence. It puts me in mind of Som Al.
Som Al?
That is Workor Sormor, the tallest mountain in Yogg-Tural. Its sheer height makes it an imposing climb. But there are other reasons the ambitious keep their distance.
Oh? Do tell.
Where to begin?
Excuse me, but you're Wook Lamat, are you not? I hadn't thought to encounter one of the Dawn's promise here, of all places.
Who dis?
But I should introduce myself. I am Bol Nok, a weaver by trade.
Bol Nok. He looks like a weaver.
Well met, Bolnok. We're on our way to Watranpelo.
Well met.
Truly. I've just come from there, as it happens. I'd asked the Pelu who sell me their wool to give me a tour of their alpaca ranch.
Is that right?
The head rancher and I shared a bottle of mezcal while he explained the finer points of wool production.
Mezcal? Is that a local beverage?
It's an Urgopacha specialty. A spirit made from distilled agave heart juice.
It's distilled agave heart juice.
Yes, and it must have done wonders for my mood, for I tripled my usual order of alpaca wool. They did offer me a discount, though, so it wasn't a bad deal in the end. But listen to me, boring you with my tedious stories. I will leave you before you are lulled to sleep. Goodbye, and safe travels.
Goodbye.
Oh, silly me. I almost forgot to say the thing I actually wanted to say.
What is that?
Peace for Tural. I agree with your vision, Third Promise. You have my support in your bid for the throne.
Well, thank you.
I gather from his tale we would be foolish to underestimate Pelu merchants.
Yes, they do more than run the markets in Tuliyollal. Pelu peddlers can be found everywhere in Tural, traveling from place to place on their sturdy alpacas. They are effusive and engaging speakers, and many's the customer who's been talked into spending more than they bargained for.
They won't find this customer so easily charmed.
Watranpelo's down the path! Off the main road! Don't get lost!
It's right there!
Yes, it is. Right there, look at that. Alright. At level 90 alpaca. Let's kill it. Echo and Watranpelo. Watranpelo. Can we fly? No. Yeah. This is it. Watranpelo. Home of the Pelu. Walk Lamont should have arrived before us. Yes. Should have. That's not good. You've come all this way for the right of succession? Oh. So this means I'm exchanging words with the future Dawn Servant? Please, the outcome is far from decided, but it is a possibility. How fortunate then that I deal in cloaks woven from especially luxurious alpaca wool. Such a garment would look magnificent when draped over the shoulders of our budding ruler. And a nation's ruler should dress her best for her adoring people, yes? Finery for our finest lady. That's right. Come, third promise. My well-stocked shelves are but a few steps away. Finest lady? I like the sound of that. Alright, I suppose a quick look wouldn't hurt. What did we just talk about? Kernville, when did you... a Shatona from far off FFXIV. Northern winters are bitterly cold affairs, I'm told. I cannot imagine how you survive them without a lovely warm cloak of quality alpaca wool. No, thank you. I'm not in the need of new clothes at the moment, and neither is the third promise. Perhaps another time. Of course, of course. My shop door is always open. You were saying something about not being easily charmed? I was just... As I mentioned previously, the Pelu people live for bringing happiness through trade. They won't cheat you or sell you defective goods. They will, however, disarm you with their deft turns of phrase, and unwitting customers like Wook Lamont fall prey to this affable approach time and time again. Your only recourse is a clear and firm refusal. They won't pursue the matter should you make your disinterest plain. With valuable insight into the minds of the Pelu, let us all take Erenville's words of caution to heart. Complete. Lamont is ready to search out the Dawn Servant's Elector. Not my finest moment, I'll admit, but now that we're here, let's do what we came to do, find the Elector. Allow me to propose a strategy then. Corral, Alisai, and I'll speak with the merchants. Walk Lamont, you and Erenville might try approaching travellers and passers-by. Tommy, pray investigate any of the other establishments which catch your eye. Should we learn aught of use, let us relay it to the third promise. Alright. Let's attune to the crystal first. Ah, I thought you were a new face in town, here for the right of succession, I take it. Me, I don't care who sits the throne, so long as they keep Tyrol peaceful. People tend not to be in the mood to relax and sip our excellent MSQ once arrows and spears start flying, if you know what I mean. Speaking of which, would you like a cup? A joy shared is a joy doubled, I say. Alright, yes, you were asking about the elector business. Being but freshly returned from my trading route, I've heard that there's a contest afoot, but not much else. Our head ledger, Tobley, could probably tell you more about it. Okay. Okay. Patient Porter. Electors. Oh yes, I've heard about the right of succession. They're looking to put a new ruler on the throne, eh? Personally, I'm rooting for Zorol Jar. If the first promise wins, he'll look to expand our sphere of influence. That means access to more resources and more customers, in thousands. Column, potentially. So many new trading opportunities to spread happiness far and wide. Others have been coming all around to my way of thinking, so I've begun crafting goods inspired by the resilient sun. Would you care to purchase something? What will I say? Just answer my question. Very well, you said you wanted to know about the Elector. I could help you, but I won't. I can tell you no supporter of Zorol Jar or his policies. Good on you. Oh, I can go in. Only Lalfells may enter this area. What? That's crazy. Can't believe it. Alright. What do you got for me? Mablu. Hello there, I'm Mablu. Did you have a question for me? Yes. Sorry, I don't know about any electors. You should take a moment to see our prized alpacas before you leave, though. Oh, and be sure to admire them from a respectable distance. Get too close, and our nervous darlings may be tempted to spit on you. And that stuff stinks. It happened to a visiting buyer not so long ago. Tobley, that's the head rancher, was so mad at me for not giving it proper warning. No one makes a mistake without Tobley noticing. He knows everything that happens on this ranch. So where is him? Where is he? I just want to... Just explore a little bit. Open up this little bit. New location, 54,000 experience. I'm guessing this ether currents. What is that? So slow. Clement, what do you got for me? You really have to watch yourself around these silver-tongued peddlers. I almost bought a bottle of mezcal and a stack of blankets, and then there was this enchanting ornament. Anyway, I did manage to learn that Tobley is the man to talk to about the contest. Now, if only they'd share where this head ledger of theirs is to be found. Really? He's also the head rancher? Well, the alpaca ranch is not far from here. I say, we paid a visit before the others return. It's just there. That is a lot of alpacas. Still, we know the head ledger could be here somewhere. I can't let fear deter me. Not to say that I'm scared, of course. In there. Excuse me, is one of these workers Tobley? Tobley? Oh yes, he likes to mingle with the ranch hands and keep an eye on things. I can't tell you which one he is though. You can't? Is this part of the contest? All I can say is that Tobley often mentions his favourite pungent subject. He also can't resist a profitable trade. Though who among us could? Am I right? Still, if you bring him a very good deal, he might let his identity slip. So it's like a game. Easy enough. All I have to do is offer Tobley a deal he can't ignore. No problem at all. Well, maybe one problem. I don't think my purse is deep enough to pay everyone we think might be Tobley. Let's ask some questions first to narrow down the field. Great. We can meet back here to share our impressions. Speak with the ranch hands. Mablu. Could be him. Could be Tobley. Well, obviously, I'm not Tobley. I mean, oops, I shouldn't have said that. You're meant to find out for yourself who Tobley is. Or if an elector is even in the village at all. Good luck. Alright. A boastful ranch hand. Nonchalant ranch hand. And a diligent ranch hand. I reckon could be the diligent one. A visitor from across the salt, if I'm not mistaken. Be warned, the alpacas will spit if you startle them. I suggest you keep your movements slow and deliberate. Talk about a pungent topic. Pungent, pain, smelling. Bad. You think I might be Tobley? Haha, well maybe I am. All I will say is that, in this village, none have reared more alpacas than I. And I, Tobley? Yes, that's me. Excellent work from the Third Promise and her entourage. Sharp instincts. Shall we commence the rite of succession then? Oh, I don't know. Go to the diligent. Diligent ranch hand. I see we're both done with our interrogations. So, who do you think it is? I have my suspicions, but let's hear your pick. The diligent ranch hand. The workers so intent on stable chores. I had my eye on that one too. Time to rip the mask off our mystery ranch hand, so to speak. Does that mean we got it right? We know it's you, Tobley, and to prove it, I propose a deal. A generous sum of coin for confirmation of your true identity. An offer I gladly accept. As you have correctly guessed, I am indeed Tobley. Yes. I am indeed Tobley, head ledger of Lord Shunpello, and head rancher of the family ranch. I am also one of Gula Jar Jar's chosen electors. In a place featured in the Tuliola saga, just as we thought. I was right to trust in your instincts, and I wager this won't be the last time. She found you out fair and square, Tobley. And I'm glad she did. Would have been a pity that her bid ended here.
Deducing the Dawnservant's elector was the first step of the feat. Too simple a task for this aspiring ruler, eh?
Right. Not hard at all.
Uh-oh.
Zorolja.
What's he doing here?
I am told the head ledger, Tobley, is to be found here.
You have to guess which one of us is Tobley. That's part of the test.
What's he gonna do? Gave it away.
You're Tobley.
The side eye.
Without even asking a single question. Very impressive indeed. With that amusing prologue out of the way, we can proceed to the actual challenge. Per the Dawnservant's instructions, I was free to devise any manner of feat. I considered a number of possibilities in the 10th column. But I think I have a good one.
What is it?
You must go forth and capture for me an alpaca.
Awesome.
While I've not had the best experiences with alpacas, aren't they generally docile creatures? That doesn't sound like much of a challenge.
Bring out the example! This is a special kind of alpaca. Would you please approach the animal, Third Promise?
Who? Me? Well, it should stay calm if I stay calm, right? That's what Erinville said.
That's right. Oh no.
Ah! The little monster spat on me! Ah, oh, that stinks. I can't.
dramatic.
Alpacas are paradoxical creatures, being both extremely curious and extremely cowardly. Press your luck when they're frightened, and you'll get a face full of spit, as you've all just witnessed. Has an awful stench, their expectoration. The globs contain half-digested food, you see, making it an effective deterrent against perceived threats.
Wild valley breed like this one are especially timid and can therefore be quick to lash out. They're also especially hardy.
Indeed. We take the rugged wild alpacas and breed them with our gentle domesticated stock. This produces the strong but biddable pack animals prized by our traveling merchants.
That's all well and good, but did I need to bathe an alpaca spit for you to make your point?
So, the task is to catch a wild alpaca.
That is correct. But be warned that it is a feat easier said than done. I suggest you prepare well before you enter the valley where the creatures dwell. And by you, I mean the claimants only. Allies are not permitted to assist with the catching.
Oh no.
The alpacas will help me judge which of you is worthy of receiving a keystone.
So I'm to chase down a fluffy, spitting demon, and that somehow proves I'm fit to rule?
As I said, the Dawn Servant granted me the freedom to decide my challenge. And when you reach the end of the ride, I dare say you will understand why I chose what I chose.
Okay.
Very well. This won't take long.
Wait! Didn't I warn you this was easier said than done? There are preparations to be made, factors to consider.
A beast is a beast. All yield to strength.
He's not wrong.
So far, this experience has done absolutely nothing to improve my opinion of alpacas. But that doesn't mean I can't do this. Revolting spit aside, they're just another animal.
Yeah, you got this, Wook Lamont.
Are you all right, Clement? We thought we heard you scream.
The third promise does not scream. It was more of a startled yelp.
Scream, in other words.
Did you find the Elector?
Oh, we certainly did.
Yes, we did. Okay. I had to go and wash that nasty stuff on my face. I think I got all of it. Looks like it. But would you mind taking a sniff for me, just to make sure? The stench has ruined my sense of smell. Hey, I saw that look. wishes to discuss the feat of gold. As Wook Lamont helped demonstrate, the valley alpaca are wary of people. Getting close enough to catch one will not be an easy task. You might have warned me about that earlier. I have enough trouble with tame alpacas. How do you expect me to wrangle a wild one? With the proper saddle, we infuse the leather with a relaxing scent that soothes the big spitting beast. Wonderful. Give me one of those then. Give? Have you perhaps forgotten we are a clan of merchants? If you want a taming saddle, then you need to find a saddler and make them an offer. They don't come cheap, of course. Crafting a saddle will cost you the equivalent of 10 pal in the thousands column. Jesus. You mean 10,000 pal? I don't have that kind of coin. Converting to gil, that comes to around $1 million or so. Oh crap. Maybe if we all pitch in? No, this is my feat to accomplish. I wouldn't feel right about having others pay the costs. I'll find the money. Somehow. In that case... What's this? That basket of wool is worth the sum you paid me earlier. 1 pel in the hundreds column. That basket of wool. Beginning with the wool, we can trade for ever more valuable goods until you have something suitable to bargain with for the saddle. That's a nice gesture, but you think I can turn 100 pel into $1 million? That's 10,000 times more. We need 10,000 pel, not $1 million. So we're looking at 100 times more. Yeah. Oh right. I panicked and got it confused with Alpha Node's million gil. I'm not so sure about this trading idea. You were almost talking to buying a cloak. You didn't need mere moments after you arrived. But I hate it when you're right. And let me help you with your deal making. Oh, hello again. Mablu, I work here as a ranch hand, but I also learned a lot about the peddler profession. It's alright if I aid them now, yes? I guided the claimants towards the first step of the feat, like you asked. As long as Wook goes along to capture her alpaca, she is free to accept assistance from whoever she likes. Hooray, let's see about getting you that saddle then. Third promise. I don't know why you made your offer, but I could use an ally with a beak for bargains. Welcome aboard, Mablu. Should the rest of us stay behind, perhaps? It may be easier to haggle over prices without so many voices chiming in. Yes, stay here and pitch in with the ranch work. With Mablu gone, I'll need extra hands to tend to the alpacas. Gladly, although, Tommy, I think you should go with Wook Lamont. You've seen markets and bazaars the world over, and surely have sage advice to share. I guess so. In that case, you should also hold on to the alpaca wool. If it's misplaced or soiled in some way, you'll have nothing to bargain with. As if I'd do such a thing, but I'll leave the wool with Tommy anyway. The better to keep my hands free. There you go. Thank you. To begin, I suggest we try trading the wool to have Lee, the saddler. He won't agree to the deal, of course, but it'll give us an idea of how much he'll accept for his wares. True. Alright. I gotta speak with Havli. This one? Nope. Here he is up here. Uh-oh. Something I can do for you? I've come to bargain. I need one of your special taming saddles to catch a wild alpaca. A saddle, is it? And how will you be paying for it? One basket of wool. With this basket of fine alpaca wool. What use does a saddle maker have for wool? Besides, this will barely cover the cost of a single strap buckle. Offer me something I actually want. And what might that be? Mezcal. I like to nurse a cup at day's end while I inspect my finished work. Bring me a jug of quality stuff and you've got yourself a deal. This bodes well for us, third promise. Such mezcal can be had for only 5 pel in the thousands column. $5,000 pel. Hold on, did you say third promise? Then my offer has changed. The saddle is going to cost you a jug of premium mezcal, aged 3 years at least. 3 years? That stuff is valued at 10,000 pel or more. Why have you doubled the price? Because I must support the man of ambition who will see my business prosper. Zoreljar will go to war, and his cavalry will need saddles. Lots of saddles. It's nothing personal, third promise, but I won't sell you my craft for anything less than my asking price. Goodness me. Can't say that I blame him. I'm known for championing peace, and peace is unlikely to bring him more customers. Those of our grandparents' generation remember the dark days when the clans were at war. Many of these Pelu pray for your victory, Orc Lamat. The younger ones, though, to them, strife and bloodshed are as children's stories. They think themselves safe from these horrors and take the peace we now enjoy for granted. Still, others are unsatisfied with this quiet prosperity and crave the future the second promise envisions. They've become obsessed with innovations like the dirigibles that have made trade swift and easy. Excuse me. Then you have those like Havli, convinced that the first promise's plans for conquest will afford them opportunities for great profit. What about you, Mablu? Aren't you of the younger generation? At least a year or two younger than me, I'd say. Oh, I was raised on the old tales. I've memorized the accounts of what it was like when the Yokhoi ruled our village. That's why I offered to help. I want you to become Dawn Servant, to keep our nation from going back to the way it was. Well then, I guess I'd better make sure I win the contest. But the type of mezcal the Saddlemaker wants is so very expensive. Weren't we expecting to need 10,000 pel from the outset? Nothing's changed, we just need to get on with it. I may not have had a head for trade or a stomach for alpacas, but I won't give up the piece of Tulliola on the line. On the line. Then neither will I. We will make you Dawn Servant. Aiming for that 10,000 pel job right away will only bring us failure and frustration. So let's first try exchanging the wool for anything even a touch more valuable. The trick is to find someone who needs alpaca wool and is willing to trade at a loss to acquire it. Someone who supports your bid for the throne, for instance. Yes, the Weaver. Of course, the Weaver, Bolnock was his name, I believe. He went out of his way to say he agreed with my vision, and he was here to buy wool. I think I remember the direction he was going, but for now, let's head back to the road where we first met him. Yes. Alrighty. Straight ahead. Can I just capture one of these alpacas right here? Yeah, I know we want to do it. This is the spot. After Bolnock talked to us, he walked off to the south. Then he was probably going to Icurvio's Inn. Most visitors to Wanchapello end up staying there. Let's go and check, shall we? Let's do it. Let's explore a little bit. Let's kill one of these. Location. Can I have that basket, Tommy? I suppose so. Thanks. Now let's see if we can turn a profit. Bolnock, I'm glad we found you. Are you interested in making a trade? Third promise, you wish to do business with me? Might I ask what this is all about? Yeah, I need 10,000 pel. Or 1,000,000 gil. I see, so the goal is to Turn that basket of wool into a jug of 3-year-old premium mezcal. Then allow me to invest in your efforts. Yay. Peace in Tyrol is what allows me to cross freely into the lands of my suppliers. Naturally, I prefer that one pledged to preserve that peace. Wind of Throne. Thus do I humbly offer you this wool poncho, a small token that I pray contributes to your victory. Oh, that's fine craftsmanship. A garment like that would easily fetch 5 pel in the hundreds column. Hello, Shai 23. That's very generous, Bolnock. Thank you. I promise I won't let you down. I have every faith in you, Third Promise. May fortune bless your future dealings. Yes, hello. I can't believe you quintupled your investment with your first deal. We're off to a spectacular start. Only because Tommy remembered our Weaver friend. All I did was hand over the wool. That's not true. The connections you build with people are vital. This is one of the most fundamental precepts of trading. One which you've instinctively mastered. You think so? I know so. Now, let's take our 500 pel poncho and trade it for something even more valuable. Here, Tommy, you take the poncho. If I lost it somehow, Aaronville would never let me hear the end of it. Yes, I'll hold on to it for safekeeping. All set. The next deal is waiting to be found. Excellent trade. Okay. What is going to be our next trade? Leveraging connections is a sound strategy, but we should also consider supply and demand. An individual in urgent need of a good poncho will offer more than a merchant simply looking to stock his shelves. That makes sense. But how do we know if someone needs a poncho? What will I say? They aren't wearing one. They have a fabulous sense of style. Let's go style. It's a nice, sturdy poncho, but the design is traditional. I don't think fashion is part of its appeal. Fine. So only those people with a practical need would be interested. Wait, that's the obvious answer, isn't it? We look for a person without a poncho and hope they're eager to buy ours. Yes, there you go. We find the demand for our supply. For sure. So, where should we begin our search for prospective buyers? There are any number of places, but we could do worse than starting right here at the inn. There might be interested travelers. Hopefully. Who needs a poncho? A lot of Muljar hardly wear anything to begin with. Those are probably Lance Guard or sellswords. Muljar who soldier for a living prefer not to wear much above the waist. It hampers their movements. So, even if they have bared shoulders, Muljar carrying arms can be struck off the list. Yes. Find a potential customer. it's gotta be this guy. Oh, he's wearing a poncho. He's sweating, hard bitten, resting. Okay, let's just do the resting one, because he's got... This one's already fully dressed, an artisan or peddler perhaps, come to rest after visiting Wanchapello. Bolnock would be my guess. Alright, sweaty. That Momuljar is armed. Could be a Dokpro courier. I've seen them flying their wives, weaverers, and those types aren't fond of accessing clothing either. Goodness. Alright, hard bitten. That's a lance guard, probably dropped by the inn to take a break between patrols. Last option. Last option. Let's see, no coat or cloak, but also no weapon. Oh, we might have a winner. I lost that one. Oh there, my friend. You're not a mercenary by trade, right? I was curious about your bold choice of dress, or lack thereof. Oh, it was no choice of mine, believe me. I was attacked by beasts on the way here and barely escaped with my scales intact. My coat was not so lucky. How fortunate. I'm actually a toolmaker from Tuliola and was dressed quite smartly, all the better to show the Pelu I'm a man who takes pride in his appearance and therefore his work as well. But now look at me. Well, sir, this is your lucky day. Buy this. What a splendid poncho. This would be the perfect replacement for the coat I lost. We'd be willing to part with it if you'd like to make a trade. For one of your fine tools, perhaps? What about this hatchet? I crafted it myself and will vouch for its quality. The blade looks sharp, the haft well made. I'd value it at 1 pel in the thousands column. 1,000 pel. From 500 to 1,000, we have a deal. Wonderful. A fine garment such as this should put me on even footing with any Pelu merchant. Like the eponymous owner of Miplu's mate garden. That's a mouthful. For one, her field hands use hatchets to harvest the mate, and I thought to impress her with a tool I sold you. No matter, I have other wares to sell. Glad I am to have met you. Now you can wear your poncho. Did you hear that? We've already found our next buyer. To Miplu's mate garden we go. Yes, but it's a fair distance on foot. We should take alpacas. Oh no. These ones will be the calm type, right? I don't know. Alright. I will hold on to the hatchet. Does this merchant have to sell on the line on here? Okay, I know that's good. What's that look like? Not too bad. Alright, Matt Blue. Well done recognizing that toolmaker as a potential customer. If you have a mind to change professions, you'd make an excellent merchant. He was my last choice. Alright. So, what's that? Cool. Dream. Lamont steels herself for the ride to find your next trading partner. Before we get moving, you should be the one to hold this. Yes, give it to me. With that, I suppose we should hop on the alpacas, Mablu. What? With that, I suppose we should hop on the alpacas Mablu has so kindly provided. Ready to go. Let's mount up. Alright. Let's ride an alpaca. It's moving itself. Please don't spit. Oh, it's one of my hunts. I'll have to come back for that. Thanks, Shi. Thanks. Good work indeed. So, Madlu, you said you were learning about the peddler profession. You don't care for ranch work? No, I love it. I love working with alpacas. But becoming a peddler has always been a dream of mine. It's just, I'm not sure I have the talent for it. If I could help you buy the taming saddle, though, then it'd be proof that I can do this after all. In that case, you'd best get ready to be a merchant. Look, we're almost there. These cactus. Blues Mate Garden. Here we go. We made it, and without a single smelly incident. I sent the alpacas back to Ecovlos. So we'll walk along the main road and return to the village. Speaking of roads to travel, you were adopted by the Dawn Servant, weren't you? Third promise? That I was. Then perhaps you understand. I was an orphan too, you see. Tobley took me in. He took in all the ranch hands, actually. All of them? Yes, and everyone works hard at their chores, grateful for the opportunity to repay the head ledger's generosity. Yet here I am, the only one wanting to go off and be a merchant. That's okay. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm telling you this. We need to keep trading things for your saddle, if you're to prepare for the feat of gold. As it's mate harvesting season, they can't have too many quality hatchets. Add to that, walk Lamont's way with people, and we should have no trouble making a favourable deal. That's Mibble herself over there. Pass the hatchet to the third promise, and let's get to bargaining. Let's double this. So let's quick look at this little spot. Nothing there. So, quick look up here. Just a few little houses. Oh, I need the currents. Let me get that. Get up there. Guessing I'll need six. Let's have a look. I'm missing it. Trouble. There we go. Oh, I need a lot. One down at least. Let's put that on my hopper. Put there. That's easier. Alright, let's continue. Have the little axe for me? I do. Thanks. Now to see what we can get for it. You're Miplu, the owner of these fields. I have a mind to trade if you're interested. Well, the third promise. I might be convinced to entertain a proposal. What do you have on offer? This hatchet, forged by a seasoned artisan, the razor edge of this exceptional tool will make light work of your crops. Good sales pitch. The quality is acceptable, I suppose. I offer you a large sack of mate leaves in exchange. What the hell are mate leaves? A sack of mate leaves is valued at 1 pel in the thousands column, the same price as a hatchet. This deal will bring us no closer to the MSQ. If I may, Mistress Miplu, it's harvesting season, is it not? Does not the demand for hatchets afford them a higher value? It is indeed the season, which is why I have procured an ample batch of tools well in advance. We've missed the window for demand. In that case, we'll have to fall back on connections. Think of it this way. A generous deal here will put you in the third promise's good graces. Surely that's worthy of consideration. I do not wish to give offense, but I must tell you that I stand with the second promise. These innovations will improve every aspect of our lives. I believe, including farming, and I will no longer have need of hatchets. I assure you that I have nothing but respect for Rook Lamat, but this is why I'm prepared to purchase a spare hatchet at a fair price. I suppose it is fair given the reasons, but we ourselves will be no better off for the transaction. How about this then? If we were to help bring in your harvest, would you give us a better deal? As a matter of fact, I would. Until Koana's reforms come about, I can always use more hands in the fields. Then you can go ahead and add our labor to the body. Added value to tip the scales. How could I have forgotten one of the most basic rules of trading? You can rest here if you like, Mablu. Tommy and I have mate together. Oh no, I'm helping too. Off to the fields then, and mind you pick the healthy leaves. I'll take 5 good bundles from each of you. It's like we're going to go pick some mates. Alright. This way. I can see them. What are you doing? Branch of verdant May leaves. Five lots. Crushing it. Alright, it's 5 down. Give us. You've rolled me some leaves then. Yes, I have. An acceptable harvest. We'll see how your companions fare before I make any decisions, though. Here, we've brought our share as well. How many did you get? Thank you, Third Promise. This is more than enough to hold up your end of the bargain. Now it's time to honor mine, adding the value of your labor to the price of the hatchet. I'm prepared to offer you a full sack of our highest grade made leaves. Oh yeah. Premium mate. Bought at the shop. 1 sack of those leaves would cost no less than 5 pel in the thousands column. So we've got 5,000 now. Then we can bid farewell to this hatchet. Here you go. I'll give it a good home. Talk of the contest aside, I'm glad we could come to a mutually agreeable trade. As am I. All the best with the rest of your harvest. Okay. Don't feel bad. Mad Blue, what's wrong? It's as I was saying before. Even after everything Tobley's done for me, I'm planning to abandon it all and become a merchant. And then I needed your help after forgetting a basic rule of trade. How can I expect Tobley to accept my decision then? Have you mentioned your plans to leave? So you intend to give up then? Don't give up. I can't. After getting a taste of real trading, I want to be a merchant more than ever. Then you just have to be honest. I seek to follow in my father's footsteps, but not because he expects it of me. I want to preserve Tyrell's peace, and becoming Dawn Servant happens to be the best way to do it. You should live a life of your own choosing, and I wouldn't be surprised if Tobley held the same opinion. So talk to him. You're right, it's better to find out for sure than worry over what he might say. Thank you for the advice. But first, we have a saddle to buy. I want that success under my belt so I can be sure of my decision. What's next then? We try to trade our tea leaves for something halfway to 10,000 petal. So mate leaves were tea leaves. Alright. No, I think we're close enough now. I say we go straight for the premium mezcal. Bargain our way into double the value, eh? Think you can do it? Trust me, I will make this trade work. I admire you, Third Promise. That you're holding your own against such strong competition for the throne is inspiring. Am I really holding my own against Koena and Zorul Jal? Zorul? I mean, of course I am. I am Wook Lamat of the Dawn's Promise, after all. Confidence is key. Another excellent trade. Before we go, let me give you the mate leaves. I don't need to risk proving Erenville's point. True, true. Ready then. Our next stop is the Mezcal Distillery. Where is that? It's back there. Now, I want to kill that thing on the way back. Go straight past this village. I'll go to this village. Must have. How fast are we going about? Tiny bit faster. Where were those monsters? Is that one up here? It's not. It's too easy. Not a mountain player either. I don't know where it is. I'll find it eventually. Let's just teleport. Alright. We'll want to speak with a man by the name of Gobley. Even among his fellow distillers, he's regarded as a master of the craft. He knows the value of his product, so if we're to convince him to trade for twice what the leaves are worth, we're going to need targeted information. That means asking around and taking in the gossip. If you could talk to people here in the distillery, Tommy, perhaps Walt Clamart could do the same at the village entrance. Meanwhile, I head to the north side and see what I can learn. Gather information. Rap Blue, got a rap for me? There's not much I can say about Gobbly, but I can tell you what Gobbly's been saying. The other day, he was muttering about monsters prowling around agave jaws. That's the field where they gather ingredients for mezcal. Their presence has made it harder to procure said ingredients, thus driven up the price of his product. A boon, some might argue, but it's hard to celebrate when it affects the work as it does. Can't rightly bring joy to people if you can't keep making the thing they love. Guess so. Babeel. Me, I'm a chef from Tulliola. I often come here to buy Gobbly's mezcal, the finest in Tyrol, according to my customers. He always brings out a jug during our dealings, but I can't handle the stuff too well myself. I take small sips, not wanting to be impolite, you understand, but still end up so addled as to agree to whatever price he quotes me. It would be nice to have less potent refreshments during such conversations. Else I might have to seriously reconsider our arrangement. Gets him drunk and takes advantage. Where am I going? Oh, over here. Suvli. Suvli?